Hello and welcome back to the studio in Poznan. My name's Nathan Thomas and I'm proud to be interviewing Damian Ratajczak, who is the Chief Executive Officer of SOWA Marketing.
Thank you for having me.
Now, SOWA is an international marketing consultancy firm agency based here in Poznan, but you have quite an interesting origin story. I wonder if you could tell us a bit about how you got started.
Right, so this is actually a question I get asked a lot. The company we started 3 years ago in 2018, and it was me, Polish person, and two friends, one American and one Scottish. And so we decided that this is a great opportunity to use our strengths and establish a business that can offer services in variety of continents. It's been a long journey, but so far so good. And I'm very happy to have this opportunity to work on this together with my business partners. And what else would you like to know about this story?
So there are three of you people come into a room. It sounds like the beginning of a joke, doesn't it? A Polish guy, a Scotsman, and an American walk into a bar, and the punchline is you leave forming an international business. Mm-hmm. So what kind of experiences or clients or successes have you had so far?
Okay, so without giving you any names, right, because someone might be offended, I can let you know this, that we are a mixture of different characters. And one of us is a visionary, and he's always in front of us, ahead of us, and we chase him. But on the other hand, the other person in the team is pulling this guy down with his analytical skills. So he's a different person. You could call the first one visionary or charisma. The other is called analytic. And the third one is a devil's advocate. He always throws the right questions at us and kind of burns our enthusiasm. But that's good. That's really good. We need that person in the team to ask the right questions because it's very important business-wise to actually face the truth.
To face the reality, yeah. So you've got that nice balance of the blue sky thinker, the visionary, with the person who can crunch the numbers, do the calculation, and the person who's maybe going to take a contrary position, going to argue against some things, but the result is going to be a better outcome for your company and also for your clients for whom you're proposing strategies.
Indeed, I think that all three of us agree that this is a great mixture of characters, and like I said, so far so good.
So talk to us a little bit about the so far so good. Would you like to give an example? Mm-hmm. I don't know whether or not you feel comfortable naming names, that's up to you, but an example of a project that you've worked on recently that you're proud of.
Well, I'm not sure if we're gonna talk about it later, but obviously it's quite famous out there, so I can mention Final Diagnosis, the film.
The feature film production.
The feature film. That was a great adventure, the first one in my life, hopefully not the last. If I was to talk about any other projects, then there is a company just by the sea in Poland that is building yachts, and they were looking they wanted to hire 500 people, and that's a serious commitment. Especially these are workers, physical workers, and they hard to find, believe me or not, in Poland. It's harder than ever to hire people as such. So that was quite a challenge to make this successful.
So you provided recruitment services?
Marketing services.
Marketing services.
That empowered recruitment services.
So SOWA's a marketing agency, but it's interesting how marketing can let you to be involved in so many different aspects of how businesses operate, from talent acquisition to production.
Yeah, indeed. It's sort of business of 21st century to recognize those areas where disciplines overlap each other. Same with teams, because the most successful companies right now, what they do is create multidisciplinary teams that work in many fields at the same time.
So that's kind of reflective of the value you bring to your clients, but also how your own company is run, because you have different people with different strengths. You mentioned earlier that your founders are from Poland. That's you, of course, the United States and Great Britain. So to what extent does the international aspect of your board of directors, your founders, provide you an advantage in the market?
I think that the biggest value that I see right now is diversification. Basically, as a whole, previously, before we started working together, I was always more aware and threatened by domestic danger. And in business, what it brings, the partnership that we have is diversification of the risk. That way we can acquire business from a variety of countries, as long as they English spoken, but that's also another rule of thumb. We can work with, different nations too. It's just a matter of maybe more work. But that's that. I would say diversification and lowering risk of business.
So SOWA's been operating now for how long? About 4 years, 5 years?
We established the company in 2018.
2018, 3 years.
Yeah, 3 years.
And what next? You're kind of reaching a level of maturity. You have established groups of clients. You have a strong portfolio. Everything from shipbuilders to film studios, which is about as broad as it can get. So what's your ambition for the future?
Well, first of all, we cannot, many people think that once you achieve some level of success, you can stop, but that's not necessarily true. What you have to do is always make sure that you recruit the stars. The recruiting process is, I think, the vital part of every company. So we definitely want to pay more attention to that.
So that onboarding talent for the SOWA Marketing team.
That's right.
And how many people are on the rocket ship so far?
I won't give you the exact number. It also varies very often.
You bring on certain people for certain projects.
That's right. That's right. Because there's no necessity. For instance, you mentioned the film studio. It's not like we are recording every day. But for certain services, we just have someone available. But I would say we have a core of about 15 people, and you can extend that to about 50 people when it comes to extra services that we use.
So there are several dozen people whose talents are available for SOWA to use, and your mission is just to bring on more people, the best people, and continue to see what interesting opportunities are out there.
That's right, but it's not only about acquiring the best talent, but also to keep them in the company, to maintain their happiness, so that they want to work with you and help your company grow.
And what ideas have you tried in order to maintain the happiness of existing employees so far?
So I can happily say that we are one of the very few companies out there that offer income share with the employees. And I believe strongly that this is a way every company in a modern world should work by, so that your employees feel like this is also their home. That's not only your home, but you share the same values and you also share income. And there's only one more company in Poznań that I know that is applying similar rules. So we are still quite, I think, ahead of the competition.
So a win for the company is also a win for its employees.
That's right. That's what I believe in.
So we last conducted an interview of this nature just before the pandemic. I think it was about 2 years ago. Hypothetically, let's say we meet again in 2 or 3 years' time. What will you have achieved in those last 2 years? What will be different? Will we be sitting on a private jet with 5,000 employees, or will we be back here just with a few more staff members, a bit more focus, a few more clients?
Well, you mentioned the private jet. That's never been my dream, so definitely not.
Not even once.
Not well, no.
Not on my birthday. Not even.
I more. I think I respect more a peace of my mind and time off work that I can
Work-life balance.
Work-life balance, exactly. But in 2-3 years from now, what I would like to see is SOWA Marketing to become an automated business. And what I mean by this is someone once told me that you should create a business in a way that it works for you and not the other way around, that you work for the business, especially the one that you created. So I'm working towards this, say, horizon where SOWA will be able to survive without me.
Well, hopefully it won't have to, but that seems like a noble mission to work towards. Thank you so much for your time, Damian. I look forward to seeing how SOWA and your dynamic partners continues to grow and evolve. People can learn more about you by going to your website, which is
SOWAmarketing.com.
SOWA spelled SOWA.
Exactly.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.